While many of these cases may seem hopeless, Family to Family is truly making a difference in these children's lives. Benjoy is one of the most recent success stories. This 3-year-old was born with a leg that had to be amputated at birth. Family to Family purchased a prosthesis for him, and he now smiles widely as he shows off his new running abilities. Family to Family's Handicapped Child Program is only one of its many efforts in the Philippines. Tom and Diane also care for the children of Camiguin by running a foster home out of their house.
And one of the most rewarding things, I think, for both of us has been specifically the foster care that we provided, because in the vast majority of the cases that we took in, they later were placed in adoptive homes, and we feel that, their future is pretty much assured. And the Department of Social Welfare here in the Philippines didn't, and still doesn't really in this northern Mindanao area, have adequate care situations for children, who, especially infants who are abandoned as newborns in the hospital. So we felt that this really, protected these kids and kept them healthy until the time that they could go to a permanent home.
The largest and perhaps most important facet of Family to Family's work on Camiguin is its work in education. And so the day at the Family to Family MAPA school begins. The students wake up at 4:30 each morning and then meet in the middle of campus at 5:30 for morning calisthenics and a meeting with their teachers. The students are responsible for cooking, cleaning, and farm work all before the day's classes begin.
The school at MAPA came about because we had already started helping students go to school here on the island in the public schools. We would give them school supplies, and we still do that. But then we were checking up on attendance, and we would discover that some of the students weren't coming that regularly. And as you found out what was wrong, you began to recognize that they needed far more than school supplies. They were in really dysfunctional homes. And they didn't have enough to eat, they didn't have any clothes to wear, it just wasn't enough to give them some school supplies and expect them to go to school. So we decided to start our own elementary level boarding school precisely for youngsters like that, students who had dropped out of school because they couldn't go anymore, or even had never even started school. So at our school they live there, and we feed them, take complete care of them, so that it's not a problem for them to come and go.
The school at MAPA is unique in terms of the students that it takes in are dropouts or young people who never got a chance to go to school at all. About 50% of the students come from broken homes, and that seems to be something that the result is the kids don't get around to going to school. They're the one parent that's trying to raise them, or grandparents have so many other problems with income, looking for food and things like that, that they can't kind of encourage these kids to stay in school. So it's different in terms of that. And then it's also different because the teachers live with the students, and the students and the teachers develop rather close relationships, and the teachers become almost like surrogate parents or older brothers and sisters, and provide, in a lot of cases, the only emotional nurturing that these kids have ever had. We also made it very specifically in an area similar to the area where most of our students come from, up in the hilly area, in order to try to teach them to farm, specifically to grow vegetables, because the land in many parts of the Philippines is underused, and many places import vegetables from other regions when they could be very well growing them themselves. So we're trying to encourage the students to learn how to be more self-sufficient, and we don't have any cooks, we don't have any laundry women, we don't have any janitors. The students learn how to do everything. It's sort of like a scouting camp, and it's a preparation for life. I mean, some of these young people will be starting their own families in the not too distant future, and we try to prepare them in every way for their future life.
Now then, after our own school was going for some time, we started to have graduates from it, and they wanted to go to high school, and many of them could not afford to do that.